Hey, what's up you guys, it's Naseem here, and today I'm happy to bring you an exclusive unboxing and first impressions video of the highly anticipated PlayStation 5 Pro. Now, as a longtime PlayStation enthusiast, I couldn't wait to get my hands on Sony's latest powerhouse console, and in this video, we'll dive into the sleek packaging, explore the enhanced features, and share my initial thoughts on the PS5 Pro's performance, whether you're considering an upgrade, or you're just curious about the next generation of gaming. So stick around for an in-depth look at what the PS5 Pro has to offer. Now, going into the unboxing, here it is. The first thing that you'll see is that the box is black, not white like the original PS5 and PS5 Slim boxes. And this is because this version is a digital only console, which means that it doesn't have a disk drive built in. On the front of the box, you'll see a picture of the PS5 Pro and its new logo with the Pro label. The back of the box shows another picture of the PS5 Pro and its controller, and it also lists some technical details about the console. And one of the more important features to note is that this is the first PS5 to come with a 2TB SSD for storage, and this is a really great improvement because, as we know, many of the bigger games are coming at over 80 gigs of storage. Anyways, let's open it up and see what's inside. Now, the unboxing setup starts by looking at the accessories that come with the PS5 Pro. On top, we have an HDMI 2.1 cable, which allows for high quality 4K video at 120 frames per second, a power cable used to connect the console to a power outlet, and a USB-C to USB-C cable. And this USB-C cable is essential for charging your DualSense controller, but it's worth noting that additional controllers purchased separately don't include a charging cable. The box also includes a quick start guide and warranty information, and while most don't read these, it's probably a good idea to take a look. You'll also find two plastic feet in the box, and these are used to keep the PS5 stable when you lay it down horizontally. Lastly, there's the DualSense controller, which is the same one that we've seen before on the regular PS5 with no new features or additions. So after being introduced with the brand new accessories, we now can get into the meat and potatoes, which is the PS5 Pro. And here it is. The PS5 Pro looks amazingly powerful, yet it's more compact than I anticipated. It maintains the overall aesthetic of the standard PS5, but with a bit of a sleeker profile. The PS5 Pro has removable side covers. In one corner, you'll see the PlayStation logo, and at the bottom corner, there are these small PlayStation icons, and these icons help keep the console flat when laid horizontally. Inside the covers, you'll see the Sony logo and the more tiny PlayStation icons built into the texture. I've also noticed that all four covers now have a matte finish, unlike some of the previous models that were glossy. However, the most striking visual update on the Pro is undoubtedly the new, more prominent ventilation system running across the middle. Unlike the Slim model, the PS5 Pro has three large plastic vents across the middle instead of a gap. These vents might be a love it or hate it feature. I think they give the console a more distinct look, and they also add some visual interest to the side white panel. The front of the PS5 Pro has the same shiny black center. Many people might cover this part with a matte wrap to avoid fingerprints. I did it with my original PS5, and it made it look much neater. At the bottom of the console, you'll find USB-C ports and the power button. It's also worth noting that there's no disc ejection button on the console itself, and this is because the bottom is now located on the optimal disc drive that you can attach separately. Now, taking a look at the ports on the PS5 Pro, they're pretty much the same as before on the regular PS5 and PS5 Slim. One HDMI port, one network port, two USB ports, and one power port, and these are all connections that you need to set up and use your console. Now, when you turn on the PS5 Pro, you can see the LED lights on the front. These lights start as blue and then they change to white, creating a nice fading effect up the front of the console. And from what I've seen so far, I think the Pro looks alright. I thought it would be a bit nicer, and I also wanted Sony to get a bit more creative. I'm also upset that the middle isn't matte, and we instead have this very glossy, scratch-prone material. But let me know down in the comments, what's your thoughts on this look? Now, when it comes to versatility, you can use the PS5 Pro in two different ways, standing up or lying down. And this is the same for the original PS5 and the Slim version. I usually switch between these positions based on where I put the console, and whenever it's in my living room, I have it lying down. Now, as I mentioned before, the PS5 comes with small plastic feet in the box, and these are very important when you use the console lying down. You simply insert these feet into the holes of the side of the console. They lift the PS5 Pro slightly, keeping it flat and stable, and this setup works great if you want to place it under your TV. On the other hand, in order to use your PS5 Pro vertically, you'll need a special stand. I should also mention that I've been using my PS5 Pro without a stand since I got it. However, it is best to use a stand to keep your console safe and stable, and setting it up is pretty easy. You remove the small plug from the bottom of the PS5 Pro, slide the stand onto the console, and secure the stand by screwing it in place. It's also important to note that the stand for the PS5 Pro is sold separately, which is very unfortunate. But if you do decide to buy one, it is compatible with all PS5 models. the original, the Slim, and the Pro. And when it's attached, it adds a shiny circular base to the bottom of the console. This stand helps keep the PS5 stable and prevents it from tipping over. And I think it works very well in giving it that stableness and preventing it from tipping over. So now that we've looked at the PS5 Pro, let me show you how the PS5 Pro compares to the other PS5 model, which is the original. As we expected, the PS5 Pro is about as tall as the original PS5. The PS5 Pro is tall and slim, which gives it a nice balanced look. It's also important to note that this comparison isn't completely fair because I have disk drives on my other PS5. Even so, you can see how tall and thin the PS5 Pro looks when placed next to it. All I need left is some black covers to really finish it off. I've got my black covers on my PS5. And also like the PS5 Pro has removable covers. You can take them off to change the look of your console, add more storage with an SSD drive, and add a disk drive. The bottom covers on the PS5 Pro fit perfectly as they're the same as the PS5 Slim covers. However, the top covers are slightly different. It basically means that you have to buy new covers for the PS5 Pro if you're coming from the Slim. And as someone who has covers on other PS5 models, this is unnecessary and frustrating because I'm going to have to spend more money. Now, like the previous models, the PS5 Pro allows you to add extra internal storage. This basically means that you can have up to 10 terabytes of storage when combined with the 2 terabytes, and this means that your games will also be transferable from your old PS5. Now, something else that's very important about the PS5 Pro is the specs. After all, that's probably the main reason why you're interested in upgrading, and here are some key improvements. Now, in terms of storage, the PS5 Pro comes with 2 terabytes, and that's twice the storage of the PS5 Slim and much more than the original PS5's 825 gigabytes. And there are also 3 major upgrades that are worth mentioning. The brand new GPU is 67% more powerful, and this means that games can run about 45% faster. The PS5 Pro is much better at ray tracing, and ray tracing basically creates lights, reflections, and shadows in the games that makes it much more realistic. And finally, the PS5 Pro has a new feature called PSSR, which stands for PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution. And this is an AI-powered technology that makes games look better. It can improve graphics up to 4K resolution while keeping the same game running smoothly at 60 or even 120 frames per second. And this is a big deal for PS5 players because it means that they don't have to choose between good graphics and smooth gameplay. You now can have both. Additionally, Sony has improved 8500 PS4 games to run better on the PS5 Pro. This means that PS4 games should look and run better on the PS5 Pro. And in my review, I will try out some of these games myself to see how much they've improved. And alright you guys, that wraps up our quick unboxing and first look at the brand new PS5 Pro. Now stay tuned for more detailed testing in my review that will be dropping in the next 2 days. I have 2 versions of the Pro console, but I thought it would be fun to experience an unboxing on and off camera. And let me know down in the comments, would you buy the PS5 Pro? What do you think of its price? And most importantly, did you enjoy today's video? Let me know. Peace.